Yes.
What's the very first thing that you notice?
And I'm, I'm in a farmhouse, like an old house in Illinois.
Tell me more about this house. What do you see when you look around you?
It's old and it's kind of it's just very rough, built like out of logs. And I'm there with the family. My father is a farmer, and we're wearing homemade clothes. And I'm young. I'm a I'm a female. I'm like 14, 15 years old. I'm wearing kind of like a blue kind of blue dress with like white in the middle.
Tell me about your clothes. How would you describe them?
My clothes are is you know it's a blue dress that's and has the kind of white, it's like ruffles or something in kind of on the chest area.
Mm-hmm. You focus in on yourself there. You said you feel young, like 14. Is there anything else you notice about yourself?
Yeah, brown black hair, darker skin. My mom has black hair.
About
And
your, go ahead.
I have lots of brothers and sisters, like six, seen 6 to 8, six or eight, something like that.
I see. And so you find that it's like a farmhouse. There's a lot of kids. And what about your dad? Can you see your dad? What does he look like?
Yeah, he's got dark stubble, and he's in his 30s or 40s, and he's a good person. He's got blue eyes and works hard though. He works like 18-hour days. And he's strong. He's strong, but he's tired.
How do you spend your days in this place? Do you get a sense?
Playing with my brothers and sisters and looking after them, making meals, helping my mother. And there's not a lot to do. We don't have a lot. It's doing laundry, cleaning, looking after. We have some animals, looking after. We have chickens and see a cow. We're responsible for taking care of them. And there's prairie all around us, like for a long distance. It's a long ways to go to town.
Does the prairie look like?
It's kind of flat and grass, like it's some, I see yellow grass, kind of like a almost like a drought.
I
Um,
see.
yeah, there's not a lot of trees. There's just very few trees you can see along the distance.
I see. And so do you get a sense what animals your job is to take care of, or do you have to take care of all of them?
think I have to take care or help take care of all of them. There's a cow. We definitely have chickens all around. We must have a horse. I can't see horse, but I know we have one because we need the horse to get to town. I think my dad has the horse. He's taking the horse to work.
Wow, I see. And do you get a sense how you do the laundry there? What is that like?
I see big buckets, like you fill water. We're near a creek and we filled these big tubs full of water and then take the clothes and wash them in the water and then hang them from a rope from the house. It's attached to the house to something. It's like a pole or something and hang it to dry.
And what are your meals like there?
Meals are like stew. I'm seeing that my mom's made stew, but like farm vegetables like carrots and potatoes and some sort of meat, onions, and but we have kind of the same thing every day. We don't have a lot.
Mm. How do you like this stew?
It's okay. It's kind of bland. It's fine, and I'm just kind of bored with it.
Mm-hmm. I see. When you have your meals, where do you have them?
We have a table in our house, and we're all sitting there in the table at the table, our whole family.
What is that like?
It's fun. I have fun with my family. With the kids. We all get along really well. And my mom and my dad are happy people, and they're tired, but they're happy.
Mm.
It's a good atmosphere.
Well, that's so nice. So they get along. And where do you sleep in this place?
I see the house seems like it's just one room, so we all sleep like in the same room. Just there's beds like lined up everywhere, but small little beds. And I think I'm sleeping with my sister in the bed.
In the same bed?
Yeah,
Oh, what is your bed like?
it's okay. It's steel and very. It's like a horse blanket or something that's sitting on steel springs, like or not springs, it's just there's no springs. It's like just off the floor connected, and there's steel's connected in a frame, and it's a horse blanket that's on top, and we have blankets and their pillows are blankets, like horse blankets as well.
Oh, I see. What do you mean they're horse blankets?
They're the blankets you put a blanket underneath the saddle, so they're like that. It's the thing that cushions the saddle. It's like a very thin blanket, and we got a bunch of them on the bed.
Oh, okay. I see. Is your bed comfortable or not?
It's okay.
I see. So that's what you do for your day is you take care of the animals and you play with your siblings. Is there anything else you do during your day?
We Mom teaches us things like reading. She reads to us.
Oh,
And Sarah, sorry, I need to go to the washroom. Can I?
yeah, sure. Just go ahead. And then when you come back, you can easily go twice as deep. It'll be very easy. Okay, about your house.
I see spider webs in the corners because it's very rustic and it's just kind of one big room.
Tell me about it. What does it look like the walls are made out of and the floor?
The walls are made out of pine trees, like kind of stacked together like a wooden, like a like my dad built it, and it's just kind of pine trees stacked on top of each other. So that's the walls, and the ceiling is open, not open to the, but it's like there's no, it's just a roof on top of this, on top. There's no insulation, but it's like I don't know if it's straw or something like on the top, but very, yeah, it's very it's very rustic. It gets very cold in the winter.
What do you do in the winter?
In the winter, we don't go to the house as much. It's more playing and playing inside the house, and don't go too far.
What about your dad? Does he leave during the winter or does he stay there?
He goes to work every day, and he goes. I think he works at a mine or something. He goes, but he works very long days, long hours. He comes back. He's very tired.
Oh, you think he works at a mine? Tell me more about that.
I think it's like a coal mine. He's he's dirty, like he is. He's always covered in kind of like ash on his clothes. And he's tired, but he's happy when he gets home. He loves his family.
Oh, where do you bathe there? How do you bathe and wash yourself there?
Uh, Sometimes use those tubs that you wash the clothes in, or use the stream. Just go into the stream that's close. It's just kind of down the way.
Tell me about your stream.
It's like it's just like it's a stream. It moves fast. It's vital for us because we won't survive without it. We need the water, but keeps going in the winter. Even in places we get the water, but it's not too big. It's not big. It's not like a river. It's a stream that's close to our house.
Wow, I see. Where do you put the water when you gather it?
In the tubs, we have the tubs we do washing in. We also fill up kind of glass bottles with water, and we keep them in the house because we need it for cooking, drinking.
I see. See. And you said your mom teaches you, she reads to you. What does she read to you? What are the stories about?
She reads books, but old stories like I see like Shakespeare, but I don't know if it's Shakespeare. It's old like stories from England. And she has a number of books, like old kind of books that are almost like plays.
What do you think about these stories that she reads?
I think they're kind of boring, but she thinks it's important that we learn to read and write, so it's helping us learn that.
Oh, I see. And they're old looking books. Tell me more about the books.
The books are old. They're and there's like a shelf, and there's a whole bunch of them. And there's writing, but I can't understand it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe it's normal, like English writing, but I can't read, so it looks weird to me. But they're old and they're kind of they're dusty, and it's like they've been brought from England. My mom feels like they're very important.
Do you get a sense how your mom got these books?
I think she either brought them with her or her parents brought them when they moved here. I think I feel like they've moved from England to America. She might have been younger. Her parents were brought them something like that.
Interesting. Interesting. Is there anything else you know about the scene that looks important or interesting to you?
Well, we have a town that's close, and we go to the town. There's a church that's very important for my mom feels it's very important to go to church. But it's a very small town. It's quite a a ways to go. We have to basically walk there. It's many miles.
Wow. How long does it feel that it takes when to get to this church?
See, like 2 hours, 2 hours
Mm.
walk.
What is it like when you get there?
There are lots of people, um, lots of men. Men mostly work in the mine, so there's other men like my dad and families. There's farmers and but people are happy. People are friendly and they like us, welcome us, and
Mm.
it's our community.
Nice. What does the town look like?
It's a small town. It's like a very small town. There's some trees and but old rustic homes, and the church is on the outskirts of the town, and it's kind of the nicest building. And there's a store where we pick up supplies from, and yeah, it's just a little small town in the prairie kind of.
What do the roads there look like? And do you see any modes of transportation at all?
There's not much for roads. It's the transportation is all by horses,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's more like trails. But there's kind of a quasi roads in the town, but like dirt road. That's just for horses, but very rustic. And there's a river. There's a river close, a bigger river.
What does this river look like?
It's it's larger. We have to cross it to get into town. So, but the horses, we can like it's shallow enough we can cross it, but it's bigger than our stream.
Oh,
And people
when,
bathe in it, and I can see people like families like bathing in it and getting water from it.
oh wow. And so you said the town is very rustic. What does the store look like, the one that you go to get your supplies?
Store is a white building, and it's been painted white. There's a very small. It's not very big. And when our family goes in, that basically we fill up the whole place.
Mm.
And there's an older man with white hair. Everybody's balding. He's kind of the owner, or he runs the store. He's a friendly guy. Knows our family. Likes our family.
It's wonderful. And so you get your supplies. And is there anything else that looks interesting or in the store or important?
For toys in the store, like dolls and mirrors and like handheld mirrors that I'm interested in, but we don't have enough money to buy them.
Oh, I see. I see. Are you allowed to touch them when you're in the store or no?
Yeah, I pick up a handheld mirror and I can look at myself in the mirror.
What do you look like now that you can see yourself better?
And I see like pigtails with I put a like a scarf over the top of my head, and we've got darker complexion, darker hair.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I'm the oldest child, so I'm responsible for the others, and I feel a little tired of that. I feel like
Mm.
we want to have more fun.
Oh, tell me more about that.
I want to see friends and uh, see boys and kind of feel like I want to be just not to have so much responsibility. I just want to live my life. Like that's what I feel like, but there's no way to do that.
Mm. I see. How does that make you feel?
It's okay for now. I'm still young, but I need to. I'll need to move away at some point. Just figuring out how to do that.
Mm. I see. So let's leave that scene and let's move ahead in time in that same lifetime to where something important is happening and be there now. What's the very first thing that you notice?
Our house has been attacked and it's on fire. And there are bad people there.
Tell me more.
There's a man and he's taken me. Um, he's taken me away from the house and on my own. I'm his prisoner, and he's raping me in the bush with a knife to my throat.
What does this man look like? Did you ever see him?
Yeah, he's like a evil man. He's wearing a black hat and he's got long hair. He's an old, ugly man, and he's missing teeth, and his front teeth are missing, and he smells. And he's got almost looks like a pirate or something. He's like got a black coat and black boots, and he's part of a gang. They're taking all our stuff, and they're hurting my family.
Tell me more about that.
They've killed my father and my mother, and they're ransacking our place. And it's on fire. And they've taken our cow, and this man has taken me to the bush.
What about the rest of your siblings?
They're hiding. They're running away into the fields. I feel like I've distracted this man because I know he's dangerous to my family, but and there's nobody to protect them.
And you said that he's part of some gang. What sort of gang? Why does he want to do this to your family? Do you get a sense?
I feel like they're just robbing homes, and there's three of them, and two are at the house, and they're just taking our stuff. we don't have much, but they're taking our stuff, and they've done this to other homes. But he's a evil man. He's don't know if he's a leader. I don't know if they're any or leaders or just like three bad dudes who do this. But this man is taking. He's taking me.
I see. And what happens next?
It's not good. It's we're in the bush and he's on top of me and he's having sex with me and it hurts. I'm scared and he's got a knife to my throat and he ends up he slices my throat and it doesn't feel like anything. I just remember that's just like he's just getting rid of me kind of thing in his mind.
What do you notice as he slices your throat? What do you notice after that?
I feel like I'm left my body. I don't feel it, the pain. I can see it though. I can see him do it, but I can't feel it. And it's like I've left.
What is it like when you leave? Do you leave all of a sudden, or what do you notice?
It's as he's raping me, I've left my body. I'm like to the side of my body. I don't know if it's my spirit or me, or it's like I've left my body and I'm just to the side and watching, and I see them. I can both. I can see him slip my throat, but I don't feel it, and then I'm like I'm drifting away. Like I don't know if I'm going to heaven or what, but that life is ending.
When you're outside of your body while he's raping you, do you notice if you have any thoughts going through your mind?
Just that he's a bad person, bad human. So like not even a human. He's a good devil.
Tell me about that.
He's just I don't know. He's just an evil human being. He's done this before, and it was just his toy. Like he just discarded me like it was nothing.
How did you feel about this?
And it's very traumatic. And I would never see my family again. And I don't know what happens to my brothers or sisters.
After you leave the body, can you see the body that you're leaving? What is it like when you're, tell me about this. What is it like when you see your body?
I'm just in the bush. I'm kind of just lying in the bush, and I'm dead. And just like I'm just kind of left there, like um, just see my throat is slit, and there's blood everywhere.
What does that feel like as you see this and as you're outside of the body?
I'm mostly sad for my brothers and sisters. I don't know what they're going to do. They're so young and they don't have anybody to look after them. They
Mm-hmm.
run into the fields, and I don't know how I can help them.
I see. What else do you notice?
I just kind of feel like I'm floating away, and I'm hoping and I'm praying for their safety, my brothers and sisters.
As you
And I just see them running, and as I'm floating up.
tell me more about your floating up. What happens?
I'm floating in the air, and I can't stay. And I'm looking down upon everyone, and you can see kids running into the field, and these guys are loading up. They were like a wagon, and they're loading up the wagon with their stuff. And my dad is dead on the front. He's been shot or something. And he's just laying there, and they're just loading up their cart with our stuff. And I'm floating to. I think I'm floating to heaven.
When you're floating, do you see your dad floating or your mom or no?
No, I'm just by myself.
And what happens next as you float?
I just see a float, and I float up into, and it's just like, and it's kind of dark clouds almost, or something. It's like I'm leaving this world.
What is that like?
It's just, it's sad because I don't know why that happened. And I don't know why that happened to me or to us. We were so good people. We're just, my parents were good people, and my family was good, and just don't know why that happened to us.
And do you get a sense if you are able to communicate with anyone about that or find out why?
Yes, I've asked when I'm in the clouds, I'm asking someone, I don't know who, this, maybe God, maybe, I don't know. He's like a man sitting on a kind of a throne almost or something. And I'm asking, and he just kind of says, this is basically, this is life, and there's nothing that we could have done about it.
What is this man like? Can you ask him what he calls himself or
You just see God, and he says God. He's a man, like, looks like a king almost or something, and he's got like a beard, and I just see a crown, and he's, I mean, he's like listening to me, but he just indicates that not all stories are good, and sometimes bad things happen, and that's the way of the world.
when you when sorry, when you are up floating up to the cloud and you said it looks like a dark cloud, what else do you notice as you go and you see this man? Is there anything else you see as you're entering this place? You said it was like leaving your world.
It's just like it's I'm in a cloud, almost like a cloud room, and um, he's sitting on a throne, and I'm kind of just there, and I'm not that girl so much as I'm more of a spirit, and I'm talking to him. And it's just like we're just in clouds. That's what it looks like to me.
Interesting. Now that you're a spirit, how would you describe yourself?
I don't know. I don't have a form yet. It's almost, it's more like it's like an invisible being. But I feel like I am who I am right now. Same person. Just in feel like I can bounce. I go to different human forms, or like just over different lives.
Interesting. Um, and now that you've left that lifetime behind, and you could see it from a different perspective now, from your own opinion, do you get a sense as to what the lesson you were trying to learn in that lifetime was? Or the purpose of that life? Was that type of trauma? As you're in the clouds, do you get a sense?
No, I don't. I'm confused by it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why that happened. But
Mm-hmm.
outside, there's bad people in this world, and they were ones, and there was nothing we could do at the time to stop
Mm-hmm.
it. Maybe that's what I want to do now, is stop these people.
Oh. Hmm. See. After you've been in the clouds, what happens next? Do you stay there? Do you go somewhere else?
And I'm not sure. It feels like I'm headed to another life of some sort.
Tell me about that.
This man, like God, or whoever, the bearded man, he's telling me he's telling me that when I'm ready, I can go back down, and I feel like I am ready.
And do you get a sense what you're going back down into? Or is it a surprise?
It's a surprise.
What do you notice?
I'm not sure. It's still it's just in the cloud.
Oh, I see, but you are ready to go.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to send me.
What is that like?
It's fine. It's kind of just, you're comfortable. You're in the cloud. But but you have this feel like you need to go to Earth to live out a purpose, or to push your spirit bigger, or like to learn your spirit to learn. I'm not sure.
Oh, tell me more about that. What are the feelings you have about this that you want to serve a purpose? You want to push your spirit? Tell me more.
Yeah, I'm in the cloud, but the cloud, and it's fine. It's very comfortable, and you're surrounded by happiness, and but it's but you just seem to be delaying. You're not you're not growing, and you have to go back to Earth to grow. And I see myself just kind of getting antsy to go down to another life and to grow into whatever I'm supposed to learn in the next one.
Wow. So what happens next when you start to go, or what is that process like?
I just see, it seems silly, but it's like you go down a big slide and then you just become another person.
What's the very first thing you notice as you do this?
You're a baby and you're just your mom is just giving birth to you and it feels like I'm back to earth.
Are you still aware of what you're doing when your mom gives birth to you, or do you not have that awareness?
I'm aware I can feel myself. I'm in a human body and I'm not cold, almost warm, I guess. And I'm in kind of a house and yeah, it's like a house, I think, or something. And there's people, I know, like a midwife there that delivered me.
Well, tell me more. What else do you notice?
It's just that, yeah, lady is wearing white and it's a dark room. Almost looks like the house in the other house, like a rustic room, like wood. And I just see my mom is, I don't know, it just feels like she's not with it or something, but she's laying there. This lady is holding me and I have an umbilical cord that they're cutting.
Oh, and what's going on with your mom? Do you notice?
No, she's alive, but she's something, she's like, it's like she's almost unconscious or something. And it was a hard labor for her.
Oh,
They've given her some sort of medications or something, but she's not kind of with it.
I see. And what happens next?
Just look like I'm bundled up um, and my mom comes to, and now I see it's a little different though, or a different room or something. It's newer and it's like there's a window
Mm,
and yeah, she's holding me.
what does your mom look like?
She looks like my mom now. Like it's not my mom now, but she looks like my mom now. She's got curly hair and she's got kind of a mole on her right cheek, and um, she's looking out the window. And she's holding me.
Nice. What can you see outside the window?
Looks like I'm in a city of some sort. Like we're in a see buildings, but like almost skyscraper buildings.
Tell me about them.
It's like yeah, I don't know if it's like New York City maybe, or this sort of kind of feels like uh, we're high up in a building, and I can see kind of the ocean in the distance or something, a lake or ocean. I'm not sure what city it is, but it looks like New York City.
And you see a lake or an ocean. Tell me about that. What do you notice about it?
Just in the distance, and I can see it through the buildings. And then there's ships on the water. So we're in a very large city, like somewhere.
Hmm. What do the ships look like?
Ship looks like a warship. Like the one ship I can see, it's like a battleship of some sort.
How would you describe it?
It's gray and it's big. It's got like, yeah, it's like a navy ship of some sort. It's like um, it's got antennas on it and that kind of thing.
Mm.
Sorry, Sarah. I don't know why, but I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Oh, that's good. No, it's good. It's very um perfect. Cleansing. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Tell me more. What else do you notice?
And there, my dad comes in.
What is he like?
Looks like he's wearing a suit or something. He's got a black tie, white shirt, glasses, kind of funny glasses. Like this is like, I think it's in the 40s or something. It's
What
like
make
he's a smiley guy. Seems very happy to have a baby.
Oh, what makes you think it's the 40s?
I don't know. Somebody says to me, like it's wartime. We're in a city, and there's the ships, and I'm the only child of this couple. They're older. I get the sense that my mom wasn't so sure she wanted to have a baby, but she's had me,
Mm.
and yeah, I feel like it's early 40, like 1941 is what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay. Mm. S- Is there anything else you notice that looks interesting about this particular scene?
No, I can just see the room now. It's like a hospital room,
Oh,
but it's older, decorated.
you see anything on the walls? Any of the decorations on the walls?
Yeah, I see a picture and like just like a picture of flowers, and it's like, I mean, it's probably the decorations of that time, but it looks kind of funny in a hospital room. It's just,
Mm.
it's a small room, and there's me and my mom and my dad. And we're sitting on the bed.
How do you feel?
I feel okay. I feel this will be different. It was a very different life than my previous one.
Do you have a sense what this life will probably be like?
My sense is me and my dad will be very close. Like he's going to be very teach me a lot. Uh, there's going to be some sort of, my mom isn't there. Like I don't know if she's not physically there or not just there. Like she doesn't, we're not interested. But we live in a city. I can just see myself walking and holding hands with my dad as we're going to walk down the street. I'm a very young child.
Well, tell me about that. Let's go to that scene where you're walking down the street with your dad. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we're just walking. There's lots of people. It's a city. Like I said, I think it's New York City, and it's like we're just holding hands, and he's just very happy. He's taking me for ice cream or something. He's just he's a cheerful man.
Hmm. Do you see any of the stores or any of the places?
Yeah, like tall buildings and then stores, like restaurants and like older stores, corner stores, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Very kind of big city-ish, but we're going to a, I don't know if it's a store or it's a stand outside where we're gonna have ice cream.
Tell me about this place where you go.
It's like a shop run by a guy. It's just outside like a building. He's got like a stand. And I see like he's got papers and sells miscellaneous things.
Oh, he has
And
papers.
yeah, he has papers like newspapers, like magazines. I don't know if they're magazines. Like they're not magazines like our magazines, but they're like older magazines.
Can you see any of the titles on any of them?
No, well, I can, but I can't read at this time. So I
Oh,
just see writing. I see the papers and it's writing, but it's definitely like a newspaper and there's headlines and it's old kind of font writing.
hmm. Can you see a date anywhere on it or no?
I see one that says 1938, but
Hmm.
it's on 1941 before, so I don't know. I don't know why that says that 1938 on the paper.
What about the other papers that are there?
There's just a whole bunch of papers. Uh,
Do any of them have dates on them?
no, I don't think so.
Hmm.
Can't really can't really tell.
Hmm.
Seem to be very excited for ice cream as the pails, and he's gonna be making me an ice cream cone.
That's awesome. Tell me more. So you get your ice cream, and then what happens?
And Dad's taking me to the park. I think and we'll play on the playground.
Oh, tell me about this park.
There's a park, and it's a small little park, and in amongst lots of buildings, there's a big tree and big tall like tree with lots of vines and stuff coming off it. And there's a playground, and Dad wants me to play with the kids on the playground, and I'm nervous and I just want to eat my ice cream.
Oh, I see. What are these other kids on the playground like, or what do you notice about them?
Um, just I see them. We're sitting on a bench. And there's a merry-go-round, I think, or something,
Mhm.
and there's just kids playing off and on it.
How are they dressed?
Um, well, I just see one with like overalls, like kind of like blue jean overalls, I think.
Mhm.
And let me see the other kids more of a blur. It's a kind of a blur.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Interesting. But you don't want to play with them?
No, I just want to hang. I just want to eat ice cream and be near my dad.
Hmm. I see. Is there anything else you notice about this that looks interesting or important?
No, it's just the sky is dark for some reason. It's like it's gonna rain. It's
Oh,
gonna rain,
hmm.
but we're just having a day with. It's like his day off. It's like a Sunday or something. It's his day off. And we're spending time together.
Well, that's nice. Okay, let's leave that scene and let's move ahead in time in that same lifetime to where something important is happening and be there now. What do you notice now?
You see, I'm an adult and working. I can't see what's around me. It's just, I can see myself as an adult.
Tell me about yourself. How would you describe yourself?
I'm a man. I think it's like the 70s maybe or something. I'm just wearing kind of that style of clothing. I have glasses and a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And working at an office job of some sort.
I see. How do you spend your days in that place?
I don't know. It's like I'm a writer of some sort or something.
Oh, tell me more.
Maybe a newspaper writer. Seems to be. I'm sitting at a desk with a typewriter, and I feel like I'm writing pages of a story
What
and
kind of,
smoking a cigarette as I'm doing this.
no. And do you get a sense what kind of thing you're writing about?
I see local news. He's telling me local news, and not. It's like local news within the city. I'm not sure what exactly, but
I see. Is there anything else you notice?
just that I have my own office. Feel like I'm successful uh, in my business. Like I'm like a corner office, so part of my role is to supervise other writers. And part is to write on my own. And feel like I enjoy my job.
Oh, that's good. And do you get a sense where you live in that place?
I feel like it's the city still. It's like an apartment. Like an apartment. I think
Mm-hmm.
seems like I'm single and kind of lonely.
Mm,
Um, so it feels like work is very much very focused on work.
I see. So it's like an apartment where you live, but you're by yourself.
Yeah,
I see. Is there anything else you notice about this?
I feel like my mom has died. I think she may have she's gone, so she may have committed suicide, and my dad was very upset.
Do you get a
He
sense?
calls me. He calls me a lot.
Oh, do you get a sense why she did that?
She's depressed. I think she was depressed. I could tell she was depressed when she had me. Just
Oh,
feels like something happened there.
tell
My
me
dad
more.
is very sad.
Oh, okay.
He calls me a lot. We're
Wow.
very close. We're a very close relationship. Um, I try to help him. There's only so much I can do. He's an older man now.
You get a sense why, how she, took her own life? Like what happened?
first I saw hanging, but then I saw pills. So I think she may have tried to hang herself, but it didn't work. And then she took a lot of pills and she died.
No. Oh, I see. How does that make you feel?
It makes me very sad.
Mm-hmm.
She was a very sad lady. I love her, but she just would never. I just keep viewing her as very sad, just sad in this life.
Mm. Did you ever figure out why she was so sad?
She no, just that she was. It's like she's carrying stuff from other lives with her. She had no explanation. She tried, but she just
Well,
was too sad.
what sort of things did you feel she was carrying from other lives?
It seemed like just burdens, like burdens from things from other lives. I don't know. I don't know what those were, but just she seems very burdened.
Mm, I see. And after she passed, what sort of things did you do?
I feel like I focused on work. I was very good at that job, and I was there like early and stayed late, and didn't seem like I had much of a life outside of that.
I see. Okay, let's leave that scene and let's move ahead in time in that same lifetime to where something important is happening and be there now. What do you notice now?
Um, it's kind of mixed. I'm not coming to one place. It just seems like it's something spinning around.
Tell me about this. What do you see?
You see like spinning, like myself and others spinning. Well, it's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Let's let's leave that scene and move back in time in that same lifetime to before the spinning and be there now. What do you notice now?
I'm in an apartment. I'm older. I'm older, and I'm just in an apartment that's musty, smelling, and I feel very lonely.
Mm, tell me more. What happens next?
I feel like I'm retired from my job, and it looks like I have a cat, and I'm just kind of in an apartment. I'm reading books and wondering I don't wonder what I've done with my life. And I don't have any kids, and I have no no relationships really. I just seems to be this very lonely old man.
Now, how does this make you feel?
Makes me feel kind of sad, but also just dull almost. Feel like I never achieved what everything I wanted to.
What did you want to achieve? Do you get a sense? What sort of things do you think about as you think about your life?
I think I wanted to be more social and a family. I wanted to have a family, and just do more. I just feel like I've worked a lot and was good at that, but I didn't have many. I didn't have many interests outside of work. It seems like just kind of coming and going from work to my apartment. This just feels very like I haven't learned much in this life.
I see.
Just live, just existed almost.
I see. Let's leave that scene and let's move ahead in time in that same lifetime to the last moment of that life and be there now. What do you notice? What makes it the last moment?
I'm in a bed, like a hospital bed. And I'm old and I'm dying.
Tell me about it.
I, there's this very bright light and shining on me. Sorry, my dog is whining at the door here.
Oh, that's okay. Do you need to move him?
Might Can I bring him in? Let's see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Tell me about this light that's shining on you. What do you notice about it?
It's like a hospital. Well, it's a light from a hospital, but also light coming from like heaven. It's
What is
calling me
that?
up.
What is that like?
It kind of feels like home. Like feels like I'm ready to go home, and yeah, it's God calling me back.
What happens?
I feel like I died peacefully. There are two young people kind of watching over me. They're family of some sort. I don't know if they're cousins or something. They're they're sort of looking after me, and I'm passing away, and I go peacefully, and I'm headed back to heaven.
Now that you're on the other side of that life, from your perspective, do you get a sense as to what the purpose of that life was or what you were trying to learn?
I feel like I was supposed to do more, but I didn't do more. And part of the purpose was my mom and helping my mom. But I don't know if I was able to help her.
What were you supposed to do?
I don't know if there was anything I could have done, but she just was so depressed, so sad. I'm not sure. I feel like I was just so just didn't do enough with that life. I didn't feel like I learned much.
How does that feel now that you're on the other side of that life? To leave that life and feel like there was more that you wanted to learn?
It feels sad. It feels like it was kind of a waste of time, and it was a long time because I think I was very old when I died, so I feel like it was just a lot of years, and I was just kind of in my own head a lot, not a lot of connection.
And some of the things you wish you had done differently, you were saying, was socialize more, have a family.
Yes.
Is there anything else you wish that you could have done differently now that you see this life from this perspective?
Yeah, I wish I would have moved from that city. I think
Oh,
it was too comfortable, and I knew that, and should have moved. I could have been a writer in a town, and probably would have met someone, and a more well-rounded existence.
it's interesting.
I just did. I was just comfortable, and my dad was there, and he needed me, and I just continued carrying on.
That's interesting. Okay, let's drift and float away from that lifetime, leaving that person there to continue on their journey. And I'd like all the consciousness or personality of Drew to return and integrate back into the body. Can I speak directly with your higher self, the aspect of you that knows everything about you? Can I speak directly with your higher self now, please?
Yes,
Why did you show him that lifetime that he just saw where he didn't really accomplish that much? Why did you want him to see this?
because he limits himself on his own for no good reason other than anxieties. My higher self, I could see him. He's the chief of like a native tribe. He is my best life.
Tell me about that. So, so you as the higher self, that's the best life.
Yeah, he's me, but he's the strongest version of me. He was a chief of a. I've seen him before. He was the chief of a tribe in like a tribe in like Turkey or Istanbul, yeah, like Istanbul, that area. This is during like Roman times, and he was a warrior, and he was the chief of his clan, and he's very strong. He's very just just captivating. Casts what's the word? He he has every good thing about what I could be, and he was in that life.
Hmm. Well, how does Drew limit himself? What exactly is he doing?
But not believing if there's anxiety that's deep down, and he just listens to that. Doesn't fully embrace doesn't fully embrace his power. Strange word, but powers capabilities is just something inside that something
What
inside that listens to. It's always second guessing everything.
what is this that he's listening to? What exactly is this uh, voice that's second guessing everything?
I don't know. He has what I didn't have in my best life. My best life never was there. Just he was easy to be free and confident. Or he's got something that's burdening him.
Can
Or
can you look deep into it? Find out what exactly this is that's burdening him?
Just see something inside, like it's like a dark, it's like inside his body, and it's like kind of like a dark thing on the right side of his torso, and it just kind of
Hmm.
it's
Where,
down
did,
there and need it. It's just
where does it come from? What's
it's like he
where
was
did
born with it.
Is there a purpose or a lesson for it? Where does it come from?
I don't know. I think he thinks that it protects him, but it doesn't. Maybe
Does
it does sort of, but it's mostly just prevents it being who it needs to be.
when when he was born, how did he end up getting this?
Uh, it's it's like carryover from other lives, from other experiences.
Oh, since this is a totally different life, does he need to hold on to it?
No, it does not.
Can you release this for him now that he's seen what it is and he has investigated it and sees it for what it is? Can you release it now?
Try. It's very deep ingrained. I can
From your opinion, what is the best way to release it?
scoop it out and get rid of it. Be
Okay,
lighter.
can you do that for him now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when you're done doing that and tell me what you are doing.
So I went in and I scooped out the dark. It's like a dark tar, and then it's over his heart and got rid of it.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay. Um, why did you show him the life where his whole family died, where he was raped and he left that life early and it was a happy life? Why did you show him this?
Because a lot of the burden and trauma that he feels in this life come from that. And being scared comes from that, and also his purpose in this life is to stop people like that. And I'm not living that life, so I don't need to be scared anymore. That life is over.
Now that he's aware of that, can he release these fears that he's carried over with him from this lifetime? Can he release them now?
Yeah, yes.
Was there a purpose of that life? Was there a purpose to leaving it early in the way that he did? Did that teach him anything, or what was that purpose?
I don't know. The only thing I can see is that the purpose is stop those spirits from doing damage to others.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But some of that life was just out of our control, and there was nothing I could have done to prevent that from happening. Though if don't know, it was very sad, very sad.
I
There's
see.
a case, and I've been carrying it.
Oh, okay. Um, the the men that were so evil, do you get a sense, or why were they so evil? Why did you show him that? Why did such an evil person come in contact with him when he was a woman or girl in that lifetime?
Just that there are those spirits on this earth. They're there. They're around, and they're looking for vulnerable people. And we were vulnerable people. We were all by ourselves out in the middle of nowhere, and there's those same spirits are still in different forms, but they're still here in on this earth.
What do you want Drew to understand about that?
It wasn't your fault. It was not your fault for that happen. There's nothing you could do. I wanted to protect my siblings, and so I did the best I could. But there's nothing. It's just very sad. It's very sad to think about. But I wanted to protect them. I just didn't know if there's anything I could have done different.
But there wasn't, you were saying there wasn't anything he could that she could have done? Was it supposed to happen that way? Or was there different um, potentials for that life? How does that work? Was that what was supposed to happen?
I think that's what was supposed to happen. And the only thing I could do was to help was distract the man and sacrifice myself for my siblings. That's what
Oh,
happened.
and what happened to his siblings? Where did they go?
They ran to the field, and then eventually they were found by friends from the town, and see the church. I think the town took them in, and they grew up. They all survived.
Oh,
They grew up.
okay.
Some had good lives, some did not. Some could not never get over it,
Mm,
but they survived, and they're taken in by the townspeople.
okay. Has Drew ever had a lifetime with any of those siblings ever again, or no?
Yes,
Who?
my mom in that lifetime is my wife in this lifetime.
Oh, I see. What do you want him to understand about that?
I don't know that just we were connected through different lives, I guess. Different people, but in the same spirit. I also think some of my siblings is my. I think one of them is my sister as well.